All right. So welcome to 6 Weeks to Success, webinar number 5, week number 5. We're down to our last couple weeks of this program. The time has flown by. Lots of information has been shared. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing some more. As you're moving into the program more deeply, you may be realizing now how different the ideas are inside of this program from what the mainstream population is talking about and sharing. And that is the thing. In order to come to true health, you literally have to kind of go against the common knowledge. The things that everybody's talking about are counterintuitive or almost backwards to finding true health. And, that's why it was such a struggle for me to make the switch, because I had done all of the schooling. I had, a background in kinesiology and psychology. I had, for so many years been sharing that sort of mainstream peer-reviewed study information, and I was following that, and I was not getting the right results. And then when I found the new information, it still took me 6 months to try and make the switch and believe wholeheartedly in a new way of living and a new, healthier, more energetic way of life. So I understand that, some of the ideas that I'm sharing may seem backwards, and it may seem confusing. However, I'm standing firm now in my position after a year and a half now of this lifestyle, almost 2 years of this lifestyle now, that this is the way to heal and change your life, to reduce your body fat, reduce your illness, your sickness, your pain, overcome any challenges or obstacles that you have in your life, raise your energy, feel better about yourself. This is the way. And I understand after, 27 years of being a personal trainer that I cannot make somebody change their mind. I cannot force you to change your mind. I can only encourage you to keep following this path. And I know I get a little bit excited at times because I'm living on this high energy from this change of nutrition and mindset. I've got this real vigorous energy and passion inside of me to follow and share this information. And I can become, super excited sometimes about it. And I don't want to discourage you or if you aren't able to grasp some of this experience yet. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. So I understand my enthusiasm and my passion for this way of life can make you think that, maybe there's something wrong with you. I hope I don't do that. I understand that I have to be patient and help you realize some truths that I have already realized. And I recognize that it takes actual experience of some of these things in order to know them. So that experience comes over time and practice. And I encourage you to follow through further. You've just got a couple of weeks left, and you're so close to reducing some things, eliminating some things from your life. I'm encouraging you to follow through with at least the experiments for the next couple of weeks to see if you can make that full connection to some of the things that I'm saying here. So moving further, I've got a list here of doctors. I would probably be included in the Eritist camp, Dr. Erit. That was the first book in this healing mindset that I read, and that's what kind of birthed this idea inside of me. And I've moved on to really follow Dr. Morris very closely. I'm in the midst of his book right now. I love the work of Dr. Sebi. Some real interesting things about Dr. Sebi that I will share before we're out. I'll definitely include in some of the emails. If you're reading your emails, you'll get that information. Dr. Sebi, an incredible man. Professor Spira, a university professor that's very current in sharing this healing modalities. And then you've got these MDs that I've listed here. There are numerous others, but these are some of the big MDs right now that are sharing a lot of information about raw food, plant food, and the power and healing possibilities that are offered from moving to a raw eating style, a plant-based nutrition plan. So, when you look at the ideas of all of these doctors, they don't all see eye to eye. They all have little differences of opinion. And actually, if you look at the bottom 5, Dr. Clement, Dr. Bernard, Dr. Greger, Dr. Davis, and Dr. Clapper, these are the most current MDs right now. If you look at their ideas, you'll see that most of their ideas are always explained kind of using terminology that you're probably more familiar with, right? Because they're medical doctors, they do have to, in my opinion, walk that line of the medical doctor's approach, the allopathic model, a little bit more closely. And so if you follow those doctors, you'll probably find them talking about proteins and carbohydrates and essential fats and essential amino acids and kind of the more typical ideas about healing that you normally hear from medical doctors, different than when you talk to Dr. Morris, Dr. Erit, Dr. Sebi, and Professor Spira, who are talking about more so acidity, acidosis, plaque being built up in the lymphatic system. These doctors are all talking about the lymphatic system. The traditional medical doctors do not talk about the lymphatic system. So, the real drastic difference in the reason or the explanation. And for me, that's just because the medical doctors, in my mind, do have to walk that allopathic model, and they can't just talk about the lymphatic system because the lymphatic system just isn't talked about by the medical doctors. So if they start bringing that up now, everyone's mind goes like, what? What's that about? It doesn't seem to make sense. It doesn't seem to jive with the other medical doctors are saying. It's just too far on the other side. So I feel the medical doctors do have to stay kind of close to that line. It just seems more believable by the general population. Now, I've kind of taken the approach more of the eritist, which is just be truthful and explain it, in a completely different way, which unfortunately may seem completely bizarre to some people. However, my experience from moving through the process has solidified these ideas in my mind, and so I see no reason to do anything but share the truth, and that's what I've chosen to do. So I rarely talk about the need for proteins and the need for cooked foods and the needs for vitamins and minerals and these things anymore, although that's what the general population will say. I no longer prescribe or share this information. So going beyond opinion, right? This is what it is that if you listen to each one of these doctors, they all have an opinion, and all the opinions will differ slightly. And to me, the opinions really don't matter. What really matters is you trying out the raw food lifestyle, you experiencing alkalinity, alkalization in your body, you experiencing some of the elements of the detoxification process, noticing the water leaving your body, noticing your body fat dropping, noticing changes in your energy, your sleep, noticing what happens when you're fasting for an extended period of time, noticing what happens when you're living without animal protein in your life, and seeing that you're fine, your energy may be higher, or you may feel better, and recognizing that your body fat is changing, your body fat's going down, and making that connection that eating plant-based food, eating raw foods is beneficial for your body and life. So go beyond the opinions of the doctors and formulate your own opinion. That's where I want to get you to. And going beyond the opinions of the doctors, we've just got to look at the fact that our oceans are being overfished, that every single fish in our ocean is being fished out. And if we don't make a change, we're just going to have oceans filled with jellyfish, and there'll be no more fish in the oceans. I mean, this is the truth that we're approaching, and unless we make some sort of change in our current lifestyle. If you look at, the factory farming, the animals are being kept in such small, confined existence, that's creating emotional distress inside the animals. If we continue to eat animals that are filled with emotional distress, that's got to do something to us. Eating the emotional bodies of these animals has got to have an effect on us, right? Going beyond the opinions of the doctors and the needs for animal protein, which we may have been brainwashed into believing, the way that the animals are being farmed right now has got to have some sort of ramifications on us. Okay? We have a spirit. The animals have a spirit. We have this in common. There's got to be something wrong with us taking the spirit of another animal, right? There has to be something wrong with it. Okay? If we take the heart or the stomach of a cow or any organ of a cow and transplant it into a human, the human body will reject it. The human body will recognize that it's foreign. It's no different when you eat a cow or eat a pig. Our body recognizes that protein is foreign. Our body recognizes that protein is not alive. Your body is trying to create live cells. It requires live cells in order to create live cells. Your body cannot take dead cells and create life from that. Beyond opinion, you've got to recognize that meat has the lowest yielding energy. It just has the lowest electromagnetic energy because it's not alive. If we're eating low magnetic energy foods with no enzymes and no life, if we're choosing those foods, we're not going to have more energy from our food. We can't possibly believe that there's more nutrition in something that's decomposing than there is in something that's alive. Going beyond opinion, we've got to see that animals and the farming of animals and the raising of beef cattle and the feeding of a beef cattle and the watering of a beef cattle and the amount of land that a beef cattle needs to graze on and the amount of land that is required is just not sustainable for our planet. Okay, we cannot feed 8 billion people on meat. It's just not sustainable for our planet. We have to move to a live, raw food diet for the planet, for the sustainability of the planet. The cattle are, going poop, and the amount of waste that the cattle is releasing and the gases from that waste are adding to our carbon dioxide in our universe, in our atmosphere, and that is changing our environment. The sustainability of our planet requires us to make a different choice. The sustainability of ourselves requires us to make a different choice and to realize this truth. The most simple thing that any one of us can do for our planet today is to not eat meat today. That is the single most simplest thing you can do. The factory farming, the raising of millions and millions of animals, the slaughter of millions and millions of animals, the waste of millions and millions of animals has more destruction on our planet, on our environment, on our ecology, our ecosystems, than anything else. It's the most destructive thing on our planet is factory farming and the creation of meat. And just, beyond the opinions and different opinions of all of the doctors, although all of these doctors will agree we need to stop eating meat and move to plant-based diets, they all have different opinions. But sustainability, it's just universal. You can run the numbers and decide how you can reduce your carbon footprint the best. And this is what is necessary to create sustainability of our planet and our world. Stopping eating meat is the best decision you can do for our planet. So beyond what you've heard or what you've been told or what you believe or where you're at on this is the best move that you can make for your kids and your children's children and for everyone else on this planet. Going beyond this, debate about what is the cause of true disease, disease is obviously on the rise in our planet. In my opinion, Dr. Arrett is right, Dr. Morris is right, that the problem lies in the lymphatic system and the acidity that's in the lymphatic system. So that acidosis that's building up within the lymphatic system, it fuels disease. Acidosis, it's in an acid environment that bacteria grows, disease grows, illness, sickness grows in a high acidic environment. So yeast, candida, H. pylori, unfriendly bacteria all grow within the lymphatic system that is acidic. And that's why disease is growing. That's why there's pain in the body. Okay? The stored fecal matter that's in our system suggested upwards of 10 pounds, 15 pounds, upwards of 20, 30 pounds of stored fecal matter. More so, that's what's in our guts than anything else. For me personally, a year and a half moving in this direction with my nutrition, my belly dropped considerably. I lost 30 to 40 pounds. It almost happened in 8 weeks. That was basically just a releasing of fecal matter from my body. That is human waste that we do not want to keep in our bodies. It's disease producing, it's pain producing. The pain left my body. I have not been sick for over a year. This is my first year in my entire life that I've gone without sickness. It's never happened to me before. Like, I've had healing crises. I've had a few days of illness or low energy or lethargy. I've had a few days of a little bit of mucus or a scratchy throat. I've even had an abscessed tooth. I've had cold body temperature or fever for a day or two. Just the healing crisis. It's not an illness. It goes through quickly, 1, 2, 3 days, and it passes. I've had mucus in my body and leave my body as I work through the healing crisis. These things have happened, but I haven't gotten like that flu, or I haven't gotten that cold that I normally get every single year around this time, towards the end of February, the beginning of March, when it's been dark all year. I've been in darkness my whole winter time. That's my most susceptible time to become sick. I have not gotten sick this year. My energy has been the highest it's ever been. My ability to run has improved. My pain has left my body. My need for sleep has dropped down. You know, the only way that I can explain all of these changes in my body is that I've moved to this higher vibration food and I've stopped eating meat. It's the only explanation that fits for me. And so because I worked through the process, I've made the changes in my mind. That didn't happen because somebody told me, not because I read the books, but because I applied it and saw and felt the differences happening in my life. And that's what's confirmed it for me. And that's what's made me certain. And that certainty has led to a lot of other changes emotionally, energetically, and changes in my business, my career, my finances, and my relationships. So that's just solidified this certainty for me. Body fat, therefore, in my mind now, is not so much that it's stored calories, in that it's a buffer for this acidosis that you've got in your body. And as you alkalize your body, you'll see that that body fat just starts to drift away. And you'll realize that a lot of your body fat is really just because you're storing a lot of fecal matter, or that your kidneys aren't filtering properly, so you're holding a lot of acidosis in your body. And as you get your kidneys filtering, and as you release that fecal matter from your body by choosing more plant-based nutrition, high pectin, fiber-based fruit choices, that it's going to release, and your acidity is going to drop significantly. And then as a result, your body's not going to need to store this body fat anymore, and your body fat will drop away very quickly. Most of your weight is actually fluid retention inside of your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system has, 3 times more fluid in it than your blood system, and therefore a lot more body weight just in fluid. So you will urinate a lot of your body weight away. You'll go to the bathroom number 2, and you'll lose 15 or 20 pounds like this as soon as you stop ingesting the acid choice foods. As soon as you gain more confidence in this, just by experimenting with it further. So again, I'm certain that it's the lymphatic system that needs to be healed, and that by changing and healing this lymphatic system, that you'll attain your lower body fat and drop your weight quickly. Moving to a plant-based nutrition, reducing your animal protein, is just going to make this happen more quickly for you. So now, if you're not seeing the rapid weight loss, it's likely that you've got an impacted colon, some problems with the liver, some problems with the kidney, or some problems with blockages in the skin, right? And it's going to just take a little bit of healing to clear that kidney, to get that kidney filtering properly. And Dr. Morris really feels that upwards of 95% of the population have kidney and adrenal failure problems going on in the midst. So significantly, most of the population have these problems. And so you're not going to see the quick changes in weight loss until these organs are healed, until we detoxify the kidneys and the liver, and that can be done best by incorporating the herbs. Now, I introduced some herbal ideas to you last week. Ginger, turmeric, you can just make teas, milk thistle, dandelion root, cinnamon, cayenne, lemons, boiling the actual lemon, like squeezing the lemon out and then boiling the whole rind of the lemon along with your teas, with your fennel, with your burdock, with your peppermint, with your chamomile. Using these products, these herbs, and boiling them into teas and drinking these teas in the morning and in the night are only going to help your body to heal, your kidneys to clear, your liver to clear, your colon to clear, and your body to release lymphatic fluids and fecal matter. This is going to help you to drop weight very quickly. The truth is that the timing just may not be right for you. You cannot force it. You know, if this does not feel right for you, the detoxification process, then by all means, you know, move back to what feels more comfortable to you. I encourage you to move forward, but I cannot force it upon you. I encourage you to try to move forward with the detoxification extras that I'll add to you this week. But if this really feels resistant for your body, then you know what? Keep that single meal maybe of protein. If you can eliminate it this week, I encourage you to eliminate it. But if you need it, keep it. If you feel that you need one meal of protein, keep it. If you can't manage on just nuts and seeds alone, maybe it's beans and legumes, tofu. That would be your next best choice, right? If you can't, then just have your one serving of animal protein at night, your fish or your chicken, your eggs. But in my opinion, animal proteins of all kinds, in my opinion, really need to leave. I don't use them at all anymore, animal protein products. I don't believe they're necessary any longer. I'm just as strong and more healthy than I've ever been in my life, and I've attained that without animal protein. In order to find true health, in my opinion, you're going to have to be willing to let go of the knowledge and understanding that you currently have. That is my opinion. I believe everyone is entitled to an opinion. You so also are entitled to opinion. And if you'd like to maintain your opinion, I would say, great, that's fine. But I would say that it's your opinion that's brought you to the body fat that you're at, to the health or pain that you have in your body, to the energy that you've got in your body, to the situations that you've got currently in your life. And if you want to create some changes, I would encourage you to make some major changes in your nutrition, your exercise, and your mindset. So that means taking on and experimenting some new ideas. You can't get to a new place holding on to the same old ideas. And when I let go of the ideas that I had, my life jumped forward enormously, and I can't share that to you enough. Moving forward, I want to touch on the acid and the alkalinity a little bit, so you understand. I've been talking about pH and acidosis and acid and alkalizing the body, just so you understand a little bit more about this. The pH scale is a 14 numbered scale, okay? 7 being the middle and 7 being neutral. 7 is distilled water, okay? They use distilled water as the median because that is the only clean water. The only clean water is distilled. So I really encourage people to move to using distilled water while working through the detoxification process. It will create much more rapid results for you. I know a lot of people have been kind of duped into this idea of alkaline water. Now, the true function of water is to cleanse the body. Okay? Water is for cleansing the body. It's not for alkalizing the body. If you want to alkalize the body with your plant-based nutrition. Plant-based nutrition will hydrate better than water. Plant-based nutrition will alkalize much better than water. Alkalizing your water, water is alkalized by inorganic elements. They'll use inorganic minerals to alkalize your water. And inorganic minerals are not healthy for your body. What we want are organic minerals inside of the body. Inorganic minerals are actually further toxicity inside of your body. Now, the thing about clean water or distilled water is it has a slightly negative charge, which means it will attract positively charged inorganic minerals and rinse them out of the body. So distilled water specifically has a charge that we want inside of the body. It's going to be very beneficial for helping the body to clean, cleanse, and detoxify. If you can drink 2 or 3 or 4 liters of distilled water a day, that will be wonderful for the detoxification process. If not, if you're getting your hydration from the most hydrating fruits and vegetables, that is the best way to get your hydration because the fruits and vegetables have the best electrolyte balance. The potassium, the sodium, that's all inside the fruits and the vegetables. So alkalize and hydrate with the fruits and vegetables. Distilled water cleans the body. The problem with the alkalization acid scale that the doctors always talk about and why they always poo-poo the alkalization process is because the doctors, the MDs, always talk about the blood being constant and the blood always staying in that neutral pH. And that's true. Blood does stay in neutral pH, and they are 100% correct. But we're not talking about the blood system, guys. Again, we are talking about the lymphatic system here. It's the lymphatic system that is getting acid. It's in the lymphatic system that the acidosis is occurring. It's inside the lymphatic system that we need to raise the alkalinity. Okay? It's by alkalizing the lymphatic system that we're going to see massive, massive changes in our life. By alkalizing the lymphatic system, by pouring fruit acid into the lymphatic system, we're going to lubricate the lymphatic system and break up the hardened mucoid plaque that's inside the lymphatic system that's blocking your body from absorbing nutrients. So putting more nutrition into the body isn't what we need. We don't need a whole bunch of proteins and vitamins and minerals. That's not what we need because the body can't absorb anymore. It's so blocked up within the lymphatic system with waste that what the body really needs is cleansing, and cleansing is going to happen from an extended period of eating fruit. That's what the body needs to cleanse and hydrate and alkalize the lymphatic system and restore our most natural alkaline state and energy. This is different science than you're going to get from the MDs. It's not going to sound the same. It is not going to be the same. However, I am on side with this new nutrition, this new physiology. I believe that it is the current incorrect paradigm that is contributing to our disease. And I believe that we need to realize the new physiology. And if you check Dr. Ehret's book, it was shared with you in week 3. If you want a copy of the book, I can send you a digital copy of the book. You can read it yourself. You can get the information yourself. You can explore this further. I encourage you to just explore it by experimenting with the fruits and realize the healing that can happen in your life. Distilled water is what we need, 3 to 4 liters a day. I encourage you to move to distilled water if you have not done so yet. Challenging the arguments. When I was in school, I was taught that I was an omnivore, right? Humans are eating as omnivores. It is true. We are eating plants and animals. We are eating both. We are demonstrating as if we are omnivores. However, bears are omnivores. Look at the teeth of the bear. Our teeth are not the same. Look at the teeth of the carnivore, the tiger. Our teeth are not the same. We have different teeth. We have different digestive systems than the omnivores. Our tongues are different. Our teeth are different. The feet of the omnivore and the carnivore, they have claws. We do not have claws. They walk on all fours. We do not walk on all fours. Their urine is acidic. Our urine is alkaline. We are not omnivore, nor are we carnivore. That just is not true. That's just incorrect information, and I learned it in school, and they teach it in school today. Okay? If we must be omnivore, carnivore, or herbivore, we would be more herbivore than anything else. Okay? However, we differ from the herbivores. Herbivores have hands, do not have hands, they have hooves. They walk on all fours, herbivores. Okay? They do have alkaline urine. They do have grinding teeth and molars like ours. We have molars. We don't have canines, right? But they don't have as many teeth. They have 24 teeth, and we have 32. The only animal that we resemble is the primate. That is our closest relative. They also have 32 teeth. They also have teeth like us. They also have the same stomach and same digestive system. They also have the same alkaline urine. Okay, they have the same sweat glands, the same pores on their body. Okay, if there's any animal that we resemble, it's the frugivore, not the herbivore, not the omnivore, not the carnivore. We are different. We are most similar to the frugivore, the animal that eats 95% fruits and some vegetables. That is the animal we most resemble. Okay? That is the fact that we have to see. We have to move beyond the illusions that we have been taught and see the truth. So why are we eating meat? You know, there's lots of information. The paleo diet, the current keto diet, which recommends we eat a lot of fat and protein. This diet, says that we were hunter-gatherers in our past, and we need to return back to eating animals and fats and animal fats, and that's what our bodies need. That just doesn't seem to fit with our most closest relative, the primate or the frugivore. It also doesn't seem to fit is if you look at the history and the origins of man, we originated at the equator. I don't think any scientists will debate that. We originated at the equator, where fruits and vegetables are proliferant. There's lots of fruits and vegetables there. As we gravitated and walked further from the equator north, the fruits and vegetables obviously dropped off, and we started to move to more animal style eating. We started to grow our own vegetables, and we moved away from our most natural state. And it's in the moving away from our most natural state that you'll see that disease has increased. Just like any other animal on the planet, if we move away from their most species-specific nutrition, they too will become sick. We are no different than any other animal. Once we start returning back to our most natural food, we will also overcome all sickness and pain and drop all body fat, restore our energy, and return to our most natural alkaline state, and realize our true power that is within us. For this week, I want to consider this idea of food combining. The current mainstream model of eating starch and protein together is terrible for your digestion. Starch requires more alkaline enzymes for digestion, and protein requires more acidic-based enzymes for digestion. So putting starch and protein together is just terrible for you. It creates fermentation inside of your body, and that fermentation adds to acid inside of your body, and that's terrible for your alkalization process. We need to start being cautious even of the mixture of different types of fruits. Other animals on the planet don't mix lots of different fruits together or lots of different foods together. Other animals don't mix meat with vegetable. Okay, they eat one thing at a time. We need to move more towards this. If you want to eat different types of fruits, try to choose fruits that are all from the same area. Try to choose all citrus or more acid-based fruits all at the same time. Try to choose more sub-acid fruits all at the same time. Try to choose all sweet fruits all at the same time. I'll give you a list tomorrow, including all the different types of fruits, and see if you can try this week to try to eat mono fruit meals, where you try to eat all the same fruit at one time for 20 or 30 minutes. Allow that to settle before you introduce another fruit. The mono fruit meals is the most healing for your body. Include distilled water, add herbal teas for breakfast and night. Can you go no meat this week? Give it a try. See if you can go no animal protein for the week or for the next 2 weeks. See what kind of healing that can do in your body. I'm suggesting that massive, massive healing can be felt and felt. Can you drop the coffee and tea? Can you drop the alcohol, the cannabis? Can you live with integrity? Can you live by your word? Can you stop any things that you're doing in your life that are just not in alignment with who you say you want to be? Living with alignment with your true source energy, with your love energy, with your freedom energy, with your happiness energy, with your peaceful energy, aligning yourself with peace rather than killing animals, aligning yourself with love and peace with all things on the planet, not getting into a situation where you're putting out death and murder in order for you to sustain. Because the energy that you put out into the planet is the karma that's coming back to you. If you can move to a more alkaline-based, plant-based nutrition and stop eating meat, you can stop the death that you're putting out into the planet. Look at the goals again. Come back to what's most important to you, what you want to create in your life. That's where you want to focus yourself. That's where you want to bring yourself to daily, first thing in the morning and again in the night, thinking about what you want to create. This is the most important thing. If you look at all of the top coaches on this planet, if you look at all of the top leaders for corporations, what do they do to encourage their staff? What are the things that they talk about? They all talk about the same things. If you look at the motivational videos that I've included for you, if you look at the messages of all of those motivational, inspiring messages, what do they all have in common? What do they all say? Start your day thinking about your goals. Align your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Okay, the way that you're eating needs to be in alignment with your deepest root energy. At your deepest root, you are mind, your body, your emotion, your spirit. Your spirit is directed by your mind, by the thoughts, by the things you want to create. Come back to thinking about the things you want to create. Every single one of the top coaches is coaching for you to focus on your goals. Think about your goals. Think about what you want to create. Think and talk about what you want to create rather than what is. Don't be stuck jumping on the scale, thinking and talking about what is all the time. Don't be stuck thinking and talking about the problem all the time. This is going to lower your energy. You don't want to lower your energy. You want to raise your energy. If you want to be sustainable with your exercise and nutrition, you've got to make choices that are raising your energy. Food choices, thought choices, exercise choices that are raising your energy. If you want to do this long term, if you want to be successful and sustain, you've got to align yourself with your most sustainable energy. That is your spirit energy. That is the energy that holds the earth in orbit. That is the energy that you want to get into alignment with and access into your life. This is the energy we need. We need to return back to the most important thing, the most important decision that you must make, the most important decision that you must realize. You've got to remind yourself in the morning. You've got to remind yourself of who you are each morning and at the end of the day, before you go to bed. This is the most important thing, to come back to that highest energy, to focus on what you want to create, to focus on what you are, to reaffirm what you are with those I am statements, to focus on what the things that you're most grateful for in your life, because what you focus on grows. This is what the top coaches talk about. This is what it takes to create change in your life. If you want to create change, you've got to get in alignment with what the top coaches are thinking and talking about, not in alignment with what you have thought up to this point. You've got to change your mind to realize your true potential. I'd like to finish off tonight by spending some time in meditation, because this is the practice that we need to focus on. This is where we really need to make changes in our mind. This is where we can really make changes in our mind and our lives, is by spending some time first thing in the morning and at the end of our day, focusing on this. This is when we can be very clear and concise and controlled and direct and intentional about what kind of energy we're putting out. And therefore, we are managing the energy that's coming back to us. And if we can manage the energy that's coming back to us by managing the energy that we put out into the planet, this is how we're going to create the greatest change in our life. So I encourage you to move into your detoxification more deeply so that you can realize this truth, that as you remove toxic element from your body, your mind will settle and come to more clarity, and you'll be able to make decisions with more ease, and you will realize that in an alkaline state, in a more alkaline state, that your mind is more peaceful. And when you've got that quiet, peaceful mind, you'll be able to direct it out into your life more appropriately for yourself to create change. I encourage you now to take the time to sit in a comfortable position with your feet flat on the floor. I encourage you now to take your attention away from what's going on inside of your mind, from any limited thoughts, from any resistance you may have to the ideas that I may be sharing with you. Any difference of opinion you may have, let's put that aside right now. Okay, everyone is entitled to an opinion. So are you. So am I. I will try to encourage and share my opinion with you because that is my job as your trainer, to try and help you step forward. And after 27 years of experience, I've decided that this is the things that I must share with you in order for you to move forward. These are what I have used to change my life the most. Thus, these are the things that I must share with you. Focusing on your breathing. This is a practice that you can develop. It doesn't happen overnight. But if you practice this skill, you will generate a focus and a power within you that can heal and change all things in your life. Learning how to tune in to just your breath alone, or tune into a feeling inside of your body, or tune into a sound and not have anything else in your mind is a skill. And I can promise you that this skill has grown drastically inside of me this last 2 years. And over the last, years, I've been meditating for 17 years. And just with practice, this skill improves very quickly. Right now, let's just have you close your eyes. Your feet are flat. You're sitting upright, nice and tall in the spine. And you're just watching your breath. Watching your breath is not the only way to leave the mind, but it is a wonderful way to come to the moment, to the present moment. Watch the breath come into the nose. Hold it inside for a 4 count. And breathe it out slowly and gently. Let's try to add a pranic breath tonight, just putting your thumb under one of your nostrils. I'm just going to try to breathe in deeply through one nostril alone. Hold that breath inside for a 4 count and release slowly. Pause for a 4 count and breathe in again deeply. Hold it inside. Release it slowly. Pause. Inhale deeply. Hold it inside. Release it. Pause. Just do that on your own for another 30 seconds. Breathing through one nostril, the same nostril. Very good. Switching to the other side now. Just blocking the other nostril. Same thing. Let's work through 6 to 10 breaths on the other side here. Breathing in to a 4 count. Holding inside to a 4 count. Breathing out to a 4 count. Pausing to a 4 count if that's helpful for you. And one more breath through that second side. Nice deep breath in. Very good. And that is very energy balancing for your brain, your mind, your body, your energy. Now keeping your eyes closed, just watching your breath for 30 seconds now, just watching the breath from the beginning till the end, watching the chest rise and watching the chest fall. Just paying attention to your breathing alone. If you notice any thoughts coming into your mind, just try to put them off for a second. Just for now, we're just going to focus on the breathing. Just bring ourselves right to this moment, right now, just by watching the breath we need in this moment. Watch the breath come in. Watch the breath leave the body. Trying to focus on the breathing alone, not on what you need to do, not on what has happened, just on the breath alone. Now we'll start off with an act of refuge. A lot of meditators call the act of refuge. We're just putting everything aside for the moment. We're only going to be meditating for 5 or 6 more minutes. We can just agree to let go of all other things right now. We can just focus on our body right now. We can just focus on our feet and relaxing the muscles in our feet. We can focus on our shins, our knees, our calves. We can just make sure that those muscles are fully relaxed. We can focus on the feelings in our thighs, our hamstrings, our buttocks, the chair beneath our bottoms, or if we're laying on our backs. We can focus on the mattress or the floor beneath us. We can make sure our spine is standing up tall, and any relaxation in the abdominals or chest or neck, shoulders. We can release any tension in our face. Let go of any thoughts that we may be holding from the day. Just come into a complete acceptance where we're at right now. And then when we're in this space, in between thought, we're closest with our spirit body. And we can communicate with our spirit best at this point when we're quiet and still and not thinking. This is when we can have contact with our most powerful self, our most powerful space. We can ask for peace. We can ask for joy. We can ask for love. May I find freedom today. We can ask for attributes of the Spirit to realize these attributes in our lives. We can ask for help, for guidance, for answers. May I know any thoughts, any words, any behaviors, any energy that I hold that interfere with me realizing true peace in my life. May I gain awareness of any knowledge, any wisdom that I need, any information that I'm requiring to know to move forward in my understanding of love, of joy, of freedom in my life. We can say these words, we can pray these words, we can ask these things of the Spirit, and then we can watch for those answers appearing in our life. Every great coach on this planet talks about loving the self, building the self, having a relationship with the self, knowing the self. This is the relationship with the self. The self is the Spirit, the true power within. When you recognize that is who you are, what you are, you cannot help but give love to yourself. In this space, now with our spirit, we can be very conscious about the energy that we're sharing with the rest of our planet, with the animals and the people that we live on this planet with. We can be very conscious about the intention of the thought that we put out. We can think of the person or the people that are most important to us, and we can wish them positive, loving, kind things. May that person, may those people, may my family, may your family find peace today. May I realize any thoughts or words or energy that I hold that interfere with their peace. May I contribute to their peace. May they find peace. May they find joy. May they find love. May I love them. May I learn how to love them better. May I learn how to be more loving. May I give them love. May I give them the love they need. May they be free. And moving outwards from the people that are most important to us, our loved ones, family members and friends, co-workers, We can also forgive anyone that we have challenge with in our minds. First, with our intentions. Second, in real life practice. Third. But it starts with the thought. Think of anyone that you don't like, or any group of people that you don't like, or anyone that you're angry with or upset with. Forgive them now. Send them love. May they find peace in their life. May they find joy in their life. May they find love in their life. May they find freedom in their life. You can forgive yourself. You can forgive others in this space with your spirit. This is where we need to practice. First thing in the morning, at the end of the day, this is the practice you need to develop into your life more than anything else. As you alkalize your body, this practice will grow in your life. Your skills will grow as you listen and learn, as you watch the videos and the emails, as you follow along. You will grow in this way. Thank you very much for listening tonight and joining in tonight. That is the end of our session tonight. I will get this session out to everybody in an email first thing in the morning. And I'll see you all next week. Try to stay with your mono fruits. Drink your distilled water. I'll be in touch soon.